with Scherzer. Do you think you could have him that first time through the rotation?
Well, there's that potential. You know, I'm leaning on what Max said a little bit. You know, I know he's already talked to y'all.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we talked to him and been talking to him, and you know, really, you know, like the fact that he told us. You know, he's been very frank, and you know, you look for, you can trust him. He knows his body. He knows where he is. He's dealt with this before. So you're asking me, do I think the being active when the season starts, is it still an option? I think it's still an option.
Would you have to throw another game? Would you want him to build up a little bit more before he pitched?
Not necessarily. I'd lean on him. You know, we've already talked about that. I know how he feels, and you know, you're talking about a guy that's done a lot of work coming in here, and I think he's already built up more volume than most people at this time. No, I'd be okay with that. I don't think there's that necessity.
Are you still gonna pitch Bassett tomorrow as scheduled? Or are you
Mm-hmm.
holding back?
He's pitching more. You know, we've been very, you know, diligent with, y'all seen the schedule, they've had extra days. This is an extra day for Bassett. He'll get another, you know, still plans to keep those people, you know, in line. We have the ability to make adjustment, but, you know, Billy and I and Jeremy are gonna sit down and talk about that. We all got our own personal thoughts about it, and we'll gather them, and obviously keep in mind talking to the people that it involves instead of talking about them, talk with them. You know, just because something doesn't happen on the first game of the season, I'm not gonna, you know, put the whole thing in disarray for one spot or even two spots. You know, the guys are creatures of habit, and, you know, I'm anxious to hear other people weigh in on it. Right now, we're just trying to get arms around the health and whatever and see where we are at the end of each day.
So just to clarify that, I mean, you had Bassett, Carrasco, Walker lined up
Mhm.
4-5, so you would like to keep them 3-4-5?
So far, we'll see how these meetings, we have options to go in different directions if we want to. There's a lot of variables that come into play that I can't get into right now, but, you know, it's kind of a moving target right now. But I told all three of those guys that, you know, this just continue down the path you're on right now, because, you know, the way it was built in there so we could maneuver late in the spring if something like this presented itself.
What's the plan for Megill and Peterson and I guess Williams?
Yeah, they both, Megill and Peterson have been up to 5 innings already. I was over there watching them in that night game. They pitched a 10:30 game, I think it was. 10 o'clock, and they're stretched out. They're presenting themselves as physical options for sure.
Are there any other injuries that are being monitored with those three guys right now?
With those three guys, we know Ty and Carlos from previous stuff.
Right, but
On top of that,
any new things that would slow them
no, not yet. You know something I don't know, let me know.
down?
No, I don't, you know, some days I'd like to come in here and almost bring the medical sheet and read it to you.
You're welcome.
That's fine, yeah.
No, if you're short for stories, because there's like 15 guys on there, okay? I mean, it's every little thing they do to them in there is monitored, and it appears in print, and, you know, some are in different degrees, so, you know, it's almost too much information sometimes, but it makes you aware that someone might be, you know, whether it's a Drew Smith, or whether it's a guy gets hit by pitch, Jankowski, monitoring how he responded from that hit by pitch. So, and I understand there's different ways to look at it, but I get that every day before and after. So there's a lot of things there, and doesn't mean I'm not forthcoming if I don't sit there and read it. I'd be happy to do it, really. I like that. Just going, here's what's going on. If I get questions, good. The guy got hit by a pitch. I don't want to write about that. Yeah, so.